Slack, yeah, I'm going to continue on. I just got a call and the recording cut off. I'm going to start over. Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down without walls. A broken down city without walls is like, there's no rules. People just come in and go out. It's anything goes. That's how a man that has no self-control, no discipline is like, man. You just free in the wind. Believing every doctrine. All right. Let's see. But on the flip side of that, Proverbs 16 and 32 says, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. He that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city." So one that has that self-control and discipline and is able to bring every thought into captivity under Yahushai. That somebody that is able to not just go off of your own vain opinion or own vain emotions and take a second to judge something spiritually. That's someone that's mightier than one that taketh a city. Alright, because the Most High is dealing with you. Alright? You understand that? Like someone that doesn't just fly off the handle. It doesn't matter how big your muscles are or anything. Because a spiritual man knows how to diffuse a situation. He knows how to turn away a scoffer. He knows how to be accounted blameless, man. And he knows that it's not by his doing. He knows that it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Let's see. This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. "Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahushai is in you, except ye be reprobates?" So I mean, you got to examine yourself whether you be in the faith, and who's someone that's in the faith. All right, you got all these Israelites saying that they're in the truth, or they're in the faith, or they have 100% truth. But really, you got to examine yourself to see whether you're really in this thing or not. It says, "Prove your own selves. Know ye not that your own selves, how that Yahushai is in you, except ye be reprobates?" That word reprobate means like a reject. So you gotta examine to see if Yahushai is really dealing with you. And how you examine that, how you test that, is if you are meditating on the Most High every day. Sure, you're going to slip up every now and then, but are you growing in the faith? Are you learning something new every day? Whether it be in the history, whether it be something in the herbs, a change in your lifestyle, forming better habits, discontinuing bad habits. Whether it's you building another brother up, are you doing these things? Or are you just being stagnant, being lukewarm, and being a reprobate, man, a reject? And be brutally honest with yourself, man, because this is a thing of life, salvation or death, man. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 15. "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High." Yahweh through Yahushai. Study. It says, "A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." Someone, it's like when you're on the job site, man. If you're if you're doing your job and the boss comes around, he's not going to get on to you. Same thing with Yahushai coming back. If Yahushai comes back tonight or today, whenever you're watching this video. You know, are you going to be ashamed, or are you going to be one of those men that's rightly dividing the word of truth? Or are you going to be a hypocrite? Or are you going to be a righteous man? You know, it's funny because my mom would always tell me that, like, is this where you want to be when Jesus comes back? You know, but, you know, in this truth, man, is this what you want to be doing when Yahushua comes back? Or like people used to say back in the day, you know, WWJD, what would Jesus do? Now, Jesus isn't his real name. We know that it's Yahushua. But really, that's what you got to be asking yourself. In every situation, what would Yahushua do? What would a righteous man do? And ask him, man. You know, he hears us, man. When you call on that name, there's power in that name. You know, especially especially when those you start getting like a lot of different thoughts and you're kind of stressed out, and it seems like everything kind of hits you at once. Satan's like really pulling on your leg and shit. Hey, man, sometimes you just gotta take a break, go outside, take a walk, and just pray, man. It clears your head real fast. Or light some incense, play some nice music. Talking about like classic music, like Beethoven or something. Not no trap crap, I should say. Not no pop country or pop or any of that whack shit that's played on the radio today. Not no SoundCloud rappers. I mean, like, good music. You know, because that was an instrument King David used on King Saul. You know, whenever he was bugging out, he'd play the harp on him. He exorcised demons through music. You know, there's all kinds of ways to battle these spiritual demons, man. But prayer and fasting are the two biggest instruments that you can use against these demons. These demons hate that, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that real quick. This is Matthew 17, starting at verse. I'll start at 19. It says, "Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, 'Why could not we cast him out?'" You know, talking about a demon. He said, they were asking, like, "Why couldn't we exorcise this demon?" He said, and Yahushua said unto them, "Because of your unbelief." And that's another thing. When you pray and you're reading, when you're reading and you're doing a video, you can't have any room for doubt, man. You gotta believe wholeheartedly. You know, not be prideful. You know, don't get prideful or get puffed up. But you gotta believe that this is the truth, man. You can't have. There's no room for doubt when you're casting out a demon, man. It says, "Because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you." And the whole parable of that faith of a mustard seed is because a mustard seed is very tall, but when you plant it, it grows into something big. And that's the portion that we were all given, you know, the elect were given. But, you know, you have to plant it and nourish that seed. You know, you got to build on your faith. Because we're building faith. That's our confidence. We're not building our own glory or our own selfish glory or pride. No, we're not building on that. We're building the faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai. Not in ourselves. You know, not in a fancy garment or we don't put faith even in our works. We put our faith solely in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you know? And our works just prove our faith, you know? It says, howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. You know? You gotta pray to the Most High and fast in that name, man. Because, hey, just like I said, our works prove our faith. Fasting is like, you know, kind of putting your prayer into a physical form. You know, you're denying your flesh. Saying, look, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, I don't need this food, I don't need this water, I don't need these pleasures right now. I don't want to fulfill my carnal appetites. I want to fulfill my spiritual appetite for you. I want to fulfill the spiritual appetite of righteousness. You know, glorifying you, so on and so forth. But with that, that's kind of all I had. I hope this was edifying, and shalom.